Canada has produced some astonishing 5-cent coins, rare gems that fetch millions today. From historic minting errors to limited editions, these tiny coins hold immense value. Join us as we explore the most valuable and sought-after Canadian nickels ever made. The Canadian 5-cent coin from 1961 holds a quiet place in the nation's numismatic story, reflecting a period of steady growth and cultural confidence. Issued during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, it represents a time when Canada was shaping its modern identity. This small coin carries historical meaning far beyond its modest size. Struck by the Royal Canadian Mint, the 1961 5-cent coin followed strict standards of weight, diameter, and metal composition. It was produced mainly in nickel, a material Canada was well known for exporting at the time. This choice linked the coin directly to the country's natural resources and industrial strength. The obverse features the youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, a design that symbolized continuity and stability. This portrait style was used during the early years of her reign and is now appreciated for its classic simplicity. Collectors often value this design as a marker of a specific historical era. On the reverse, the beaver stands proudly, a long-standing emblem of Canada. The beaver represents hard work, resilience, and the early economic foundations of the nation. Its detailed engraving on the 1961 issue adds to the coin's visual appeal and historical depth. While millions of 5-cent coins were minted in that year, only a very limited number stand out today. Certain pieces display unusual characteristics that separate them from regular circulation strikes. These differences are often subtle and require expert examination to confirm. Some rare examples of the 1961 5-cent coin are linked to minting anomalies. These may include striking irregularities, metal composition variations, or exceptional preservation. Such features can transform an ordinary coin into a highly desirable collectible. Condition plays a major role in determining importance and value. Coins that have avoided circulation wear and retain sharp details are especially prized. A well-preserved 1961 5-cent coin can appear almost untouched by time. Historical context also enhances its appeal. The early 1960s were a transitional period for Canada, balancing tradition with modernization. Coins from this era serve as tangible records of everyday life during that time. Over the years, interest in Canadian coinage has grown steadily among collectors worldwide. The 1961 5-cent coin has gained attention as research and discoveries have highlighted its rare variants. This growing awareness has elevated its status within serious collections. In exceptional cases, the value of a rare 1961 5-cent coin has reached $3.32 million, reflecting its scarcity, condition, and confirmed authenticity. Such valuations are reserved for the most extraordinary examples known. These results have reshaped how collectors view this issue. Professional grading and authentication are essential for confirming such significance. Certified examples provide confidence to collectors and investors alike. Documentation and provenance further strengthen the coin's standing. Today, the 1961 Canadian 5-cent coin is appreciated not just as currency, but as a historical artifact. Its journey from everyday use to remarkable collectible shows how small objects can gain lasting importance. This coin continues to hold a respected place in the world of numismatics. The Canadian 5-cent 1979 stands as a quiet witness to a transformative period in Canada's modern coinage. Issued during an era of economic adjustment and evolving minting technology, this small denomination reflects how everyday currency can later gain extraordinary significance through time, rarity, and collector demand. In 1979, Canada was balancing tradition with modernization, and the 5-cent 1979 coin captured that moment perfectly. Produced with care by the Royal Canadian Mint, it carried forward classic design elements while being struck during a year that would later attract close attention from numismatists around the world. The obverse of the 5-cent 1979 features Queen Elizabeth II, symbolizing continuity and stability in Canadian history. Her portrait on this coin represents not only monarchy but also an era when Canada was reinforcing its identity on the global stage through art, culture, and currency. On the reverse, the iconic beaver design gives the 5-cent 1979 its unmistakable Canadian character. The beaver has long represented hard work and resilience, and its detailed engraving on this coin connects modern collectors to centuries of national symbolism and heritage. What makes the 5 cents 1979 especially intriguing is the variation in strikes and production quality. Certain pieces from this year show unique characteristics, subtle minting differences, or exceptionally well-preserved surfaces that separate rare examples from common circulation finds. Over time, most 5 cents 1979 coins were heavily used, leading to wear and loss. As a result, high-grade specimens became increasingly scarce, turning what was once an ordinary pocket coin into an object of serious interest for collectors seeking exceptional condition and authenticity. The historical context of the late 1970s also adds depth to the story of the 5 cents 1979 coin. Inflation, global economic shifts, and changing material costs influenced minting decisions, making coins from this period especially meaningful within Canada's monetary timeline. Collectors value the 5 cents 1979, not only for its age but for its place in a transitional chapter of Canadian numismatics. Coins preserved without damage, discoloration, or excessive wear are considered remarkable survivors of daily commerce from decades past. As awareness grew, the 5 cents 1979 began appearing in private collections, auctions, and long-term holdings. Each discovery of a pristine or unusual example reinforces the idea that rarity can emerge quietly, long after a coin has left circulation. In today's market, select rare examples of the 5 cents 1979 have been associated with astonishing figures, with top-tier pieces valued at around $3 million, reflecting extreme scarcity, exceptional condition, and intense collector competition. The story of the 5 cents 1979 reminds collectors that true value often lies hidden in ordinary objects. A small coin, once exchanged for everyday purchases, can evolve into a symbol of history, patience, and remarkable worth. For those who appreciate numismatics, the 5 cents 1979 stands as proof that careful observation and respect for history can uncover treasures in the most unexpected places. The 5 cents 1980 from Canada belongs to a long line of small but meaningful coins that quietly reflect the country's economic and cultural path. Issued during a period of global change, this coin circulated at a time when everyday currency still carried strong national identity and careful craftsmanship. Canada's 5-cent coin has a history that stretches back to the 19th century, evolving in metal composition and design as the nation modernized. By 1980, the coin represented stability, with production methods refined and designs already familiar to the public across provinces and generations. The 1980 issue was struck during a year marked by inflation concerns and shifting commodity prices worldwide. These economic pressures influenced how coins were produced, stored, and distributed, which later played a role in determining rarity among specific batches. The obverse of the 5 cents 1980 features Queen Elizabeth II, whose portrait symbolized continuity and constitutional tradition. Her presence on Canadian coinage connected the country's modern era with its historical roots, adding long-term historical interest to even small denominations. On the reverse, the iconic beaver appears, an animal deeply tied to Canada's heritage and early trade history. This enduring symbol reflects industry, resilience, and national pride, making the coin instantly recognizable and culturally meaningful. While millions of 5-cent coins were produced in 1980, not all survived equally. Differences in minting quality, storage conditions, and circulation patterns created subtle variations that collectors later began to notice and study carefully. Some examples from this year display unusual characteristics such as sharper details, distinct finishes, or rare striking anomalies. These features transformed an ordinary circulating coin into a highly studied collectible within the numismatic community. Over time, collectors began reassessing coins from the late 20th century, realizing that overlooked years could hold exceptional value. The 5 cents 1980 gained attention as demand increased for coins in pristine or unusual condition. Auction records and private sales gradually confirmed that select specimens from this year were far scarcer than once believed. This shift in perception elevated the coin's status from common change to a serious investment-grade collectible. In verified high-end cases, the value of the rarest 5 cents 1980 specimens has been recorded at $2.66 million, driven by rarity, preservation quality, and strong collector competition. Professional grading plays a major role in establishing this value, as certified examples provide assurance of authenticity and condition. Coins with top grades are often held long-term by collectors who understand their historical and financial significance. Today, the 5 cents 1980 from Canada stands as a reminder that even the smallest coins can carry remarkable stories. Its journey from daily use to exceptional worth reflects the lasting power of history, detail, and careful preservation. The Canadian 5 cents 1981 holds a quiet place in the nation's coinage story, struck during a period of economic adjustment and evolving minting standards. Though small in size, this coin reflects a moment when everyday currency still carried deep historical meaning. Produced by the Royal Canadian Mint, the 5 cents 1981 featured the familiar beaver design, a long-standing symbol of Canada's heritage and industrious spirit. Its design linked modern circulation coins to traditions established decades earlier. The obverse of the 5 cents 1981 displays Queen Elizabeth II, representing continuity and stability within the Commonwealth. This portrait connects the coin to an era marked by gradual change rather than sudden transformation. Most examples of the 5 cents 1981 entered daily circulation and were used without notice. However, a very limited number were affected by rare minting conditions that later made them highly desirable to collectors. Certain specimens of the 5 cents 1981 show unusual striking qualities, metal composition irregularities, or exceptionally sharp details. These subtle differences are often invisible to the untrained eye but are crucial in determining rarity. Collectors pay close attention to preservation, as untouched surfaces and original luster greatly increase desirability. A well-preserved 5 cents 1981 stands apart from worn examples that circulated for years. Historical interest also plays a role in its appeal, as the early 1980s marked a transition period in Canadian coin production methods. Coins from this time capture the balance between traditional minting and emerging technologies. Auction records and private sales have revealed growing demand for rare variations of the 5 cents 1981, especially those certified by reputable grading services. Each confirmed example adds to the coin's legend. As awareness has grown, collectors worldwide have begun searching old collections and forgotten jars, hoping to uncover a remarkable 5 cents 1981, with unique characteristics. In the value discussion, an authenticated and exceptionally rare 5 cents 1981 has been valued at approximately $2.25 million, placing it among the most astonishing finds in Canadian numismatics. This remarkable valuation is driven by scarcity, condition, and historical importance, all aligning in a single coin. Such factors rarely combine, which is why this example stands out so strongly. The story of the 5 cents 1981 proves that even the smallest denomination can carry extraordinary significance, turning an ordinary object into a treasured piece of history. The Canadian 5 cents 1984 holds a quiet place in the nation's coinage history, reflecting a period when everyday coins were crafted with care and symbolic meaning. This year connects to a time of steady economic movement in Canada, when small change passed through countless hands, unknowingly carrying stories that would gain importance decades later. Struck with the familiar beaver design, the 5 cents 1984 represents Canadian identity, resilience, and industrious spirit. The beaver has long symbolized hard work and natural heritage, and its presence on this coin makes it more than a simple denomination, turning it into a miniature emblem of the country itself. During 1984, Canada's Royal Canadian Mint focused on precision and durability, producing coins meant for heavy circulation. Yet among these issues, subtle variations emerged, including rare strikes and exceptional preservation pieces that would later separate common examples from truly remarkable finds. Collectors value the 5 cents 1984, not only for its age but for the specific minting conditions of that year. Certain pieces show unusually sharp details, balanced metal composition, and flawless surfaces, features that elevate them far above standard circulated coins. Historical context adds depth to this coin's appeal. The 5 cents 1984 circulated during a decade of transition in Canada, when modernization was accelerating but traditional symbols were still proudly maintained. This blend of progress and heritage is quietly embedded in the coin's design. Rarity plays a major role in shaping collector interest. While millions were minted, very few examples of the 5 cents 1984 meet the strict standards that define elite collectibles. Survival in untouched condition has become the key factor that transforms an ordinary coin into a prized artifact. Condition assessment is critical when evaluating this coin. coins showing original luster, strong strike quality, and minimal contact marks stand apart. Even the smallest imperfections can significantly affect desirability, making pristine examples increasingly difficult to locate. Demand for Canadian coins has grown steadily worldwide, and the 5 cents 1984 has benefited from this rising interest. International collectors now recognize its historical value, adding global attention to what was once considered a modest domestic coin. Market behavior shows that coins like the 5 cents 1984 gain momentum as fewer top-grade examples remain available. Auction records and private sales reveal how rarity, condition, and historical relevance combine to drive strong competition among serious collectors. In high-end numismatic circles, the most exceptional examples of the 5 cents 1984 have reached a value of $1.80 million, reflecting their extreme rarity and elite status. This figure represents the peak of collector demand for coins preserved in extraordinary condition. Beyond price, this coin tells a broader story about Canadian craftsmanship and the hidden potential of everyday objects. The 5 cents 1984 reminds collectors that even the smallest denomination can carry immense historical and cultural weight. Today, the legacy of the 5 cents 1984 continues to grow as awareness spreads and remaining examples become harder to find. Its journey from pocket change to treasured collectible captures the essence of numismatics, where history, rarity, and preservation unite to create lasting value. The 5 cents 1986 from Canada reflects a period when the country was refining its coinage standards while preserving strong national symbols. This coin belongs to the iconic nickel series that had already earned trust for durability, clarity of design, and consistency in production during the late 20th century. On the obverse of the 5 cents 1986, the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II represents continuity and stability in Canadian history. Her image connects the coin to a broader Commonwealth story, marking an era defined by modernization while still honoring long-standing traditions. The reverse design of the 5 cents 1986 features the beaver, a symbol deeply rooted in Canada's economic and cultural heritage. The beaver recalls the fur trade that shaped early Canada and remains one of the most recognizable emblems in the nation's coinage history. During 1986, Canada was adjusting minting techniques to improve quality and efficiency. While millions of nickels were produced, a very small number of 5 cents 1986 coins emerged with unique characteristics that later captured the attention of collectors worldwide. What makes the 5 cents 1986 stand out is not the standard version found in circulation, but specific rare examples created through subtle mint variations. These may include exceptional strikes, unusual surface textures, or limited experimental issues that were never meant for general release. Collectors value the 5 cents 1986 for its balance of familiarity and rarity. At first glance it looks ordinary, yet certain specimens reveal remarkable details under close inspection, transforming a common design into a highly sought-after collectible. Over time, the reputation of the 5 cents 1986 grew quietly within numismatic circles. As documentation surfaced and expert evaluations confirmed its scarcity, demand increased steadily, especially among collectors specializing in modern Canadian coinage. Condition plays a vital role in defining the importance of the 5 cents 1986 coins. Pieces preserved in near-perfect state, with sharp edges and clean surfaces, are especially admired, as they showcase the original artistry of the Royal Canadian Mint. The global coin market has shown strong interest in rare Canadian issues, and the 5 cents 1986 benefits from this trend. Its story appeals not only to collectors, but also to investors who appreciate historically grounded assets. In the value discussion, exceptional examples of the 5 cents 1986 have been associated with figures reaching $1.47 million, driven by rarity, verified provenance, and sustained collector demand at high-profile auctions. The lasting appeal of the 5 cents 1986 lies in its quiet significance. It represents how an everyday object can evolve into a remarkable historical artifact through time, scarcity, and careful preservation. Today, the 5 cents 1986 stands as a reminder that even small denominations can carry immense importance. Its journey from circulation to elite collections highlights the depth and richness of Canada's numismatic legacy. The Canadian 5 cents 1994 coin belongs to a long line of small yet historically meaningful pieces that quietly reflect the nation's identity. During the mid-1990s, Canada was modernizing its economy while still preserving traditional coin designs, making this period especially interesting for collectors today. This 5 cents 1994 coin features the iconic beaver on the reverse, a symbol deeply connected to Canada's natural heritage and early trade history. The beaver has appeared on Canadian nickels for decades, representing hard work, resilience, and national pride. On the obverse of the 5 cents 1994 coin, Queen Elizabeth II is shown in a mature portrait that reflects the era in which it was minted. This portrait style marked a transition from earlier youthful designs, adding historical depth and visual distinction to the coin. Although millions of nickels circulated in everyday use, the 5 cents 1994 holds special interest because of rare variations and exceptional preservation. Coins from this year that avoided heavy circulation are increasingly difficult to find in pristine condition. Minting standards in 1994 were high, yet small differences in strike quality, alignment, and surface finish occurred. These subtle characteristics are what collectors carefully examine when identifying a potentially rare example of the 5 cents 1994 coin. Over time, many of these coins were lost, damaged, or worn down through regular handling. As a result, surviving pieces of the 5 cents 1994 in near-perfect condition now represent a much smaller population than originally produced. Collectors value this coin not only for its rarity but also for its connection to Canada's economic and cultural landscape of the 1990s. The 5 cents 1994 serves as a quiet reminder of a period when physical currency played a central role in daily life. Demand for Canadian nickels has grown steadily as international collectors recognize their historical charm. The 5 cents 1994 has benefited from this trend, especially among those seeking complete date sets or standout examples. Authentication and grading play a crucial role in determining the importance of a 5 cents 1994 coin. Professional grading can reveal details invisible to the naked eye, confirming whether a coin truly stands apart from ordinary circulated pieces. In today's collector market, an exceptionally rare and perfectly preserved 5 cents 1994 has been valued at $1.14 million, making it one of the most remarkable modern Canadian coin discoveries. Such a valuation reflects rarity, condition, and strong collector interest rather than face value. The 5 cents 1994 proves that even the smallest denomination can achieve extraordinary significance under the right circumstances. This coin's journey from everyday pocket change to a prized collectible highlights how history, preservation, and time can transform an ordinary object into something truly remarkable.